In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful card. Again, a little bit bigger than the simple cards, but still quite relatively simple, using the square and oval panels from the JND433 Infinity panels. We're also going to be using in this one the beautiful dragonflies as well that came with this collection. So to start with, I've got a piece of card here, and this has been cut to just, to check the measurements, 5 by 5. So things around a sort of 6 by 5 by 5, 6 by 6 size. So in the actual panels, the square panel, you get an outside line, a dotted panel, and the detail panel. So all I'm going to do is just place down the detail panel, and I also want to put the stitch detail into here. So I'm going to take a long piece of tape. I'm going to pick up the center panel, and then going to hover over. So just hover over, just like this, and pick up that outside line. And I'm going to place that evenly in the center of our piece of card. You don't need to use a template. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly in the center. You just want to cut it like that because we're going to put a frame onto this. And once you've done that, you'll end up with a piece just like this. So what you'll have is that beautiful, detailed, intricate filigree work with the oval just held. So the oval has just been held in place. So really, really simple. So the next stage I'm going to do for this is I'm going to take a piece of card that is 5.5 by 5.5, and I've taken the center die, so this square die that goes on the outside, not center, sorry, and cut that into the middle of that piece. I've actually done that by using the template sheet to make sure that I get that completely even. So I've used a template sheet, cut to 5.5 by 5.5, and cut that in the center. What I've then done is taken a piece of our Aegean blue card, and again, using the template sheet, I've used the same die again to cut the center from it exactly. And the reason we do that is it enables us to put those two dies together to get a beautiful clean frame in the middle, but get the same beautiful 1/4 inch border all the way around. So not having to use any other dies, not having to use any bigger square dies or frame dies, we can simply use the dies that are in the set to make every piece of this. So I'm just going to take those two pieces, and because I want this in the right place, I'm going to add 3 little dots of glue onto each piece of foam tape, and I'm using 2mm foam tape. And this just breaks the static and means that I get a little bit of time to make sure that it's nicely framed up, just like that. And that gives us our beautiful frame. So here's one I've already done and loaded some foam tape on, but you can see now I just frame that piece, and it doesn't matter that that piece is a little bit off. We don't have to get that precise, it's just the framing we need to get right. But I do want to add a little bit of difference into the background. So to do that, I've actually cut a piece of the denim blue and a piece of the Aegean blue, and I've cut these to 5 inches square to match. And all I'm going to do is take both pieces together into my guillotine and cut them at 2.5 inches. And what I can then do is take 2 pieces away. I've then got 2 pieces that I can match perfectly. So I'm just going to take those, turn them onto the back and load them up so they're even. And then I'm going to take a little piece of sellotape, and I'm just use, you know, cheap pound shop sellotape. And we'll just cut that there. And I'm just going to neaten that off. I'm using my craft knife, but you could use your scissors so that none of it shows on the front. And we have that beautiful double panel. I'm then going to take that panel back into my guillotine, and I'm going to cut it again at 2.5 inches, which is exactly half of 5. I can then rotate it round to give me a beautiful but very simple checkerboard background. So again, we turn that onto the back, we match those pieces up, and we just take a little piece of sellotape and stick that down, and again clean up any excess across there. We'll just remove that little piece, and there we have a perfect little checkerboard pattern, which is exactly right to go behind our square. And that way we add that little bit more interest without having to add any glitter or any shine or anything. So I've just put a little bit of foam tape onto here. So I'm simply going to take that off and make sure you pop a little bit in the center to support that oval. And it's a lot easier to do this from the back. So place that on, and again, it's going to be framed, so it doesn't matter if it pops through, but then we get that beautiful mix of different colours. So we're then simply going to take our frame again with foam tape mounted onto it. And I'm taking the foam tape off, and I've just used one layer of 2mm again, so that it's not too thick for postage. And we carefully frame using the dots. So now we have that beautiful Aegean blue frame on the outside, the white frame onto the white, but the dots make the difference. And then we have that little sort of patchwork running through the pattern at the back, which adds a little bit more interest to it. So simply now I'm going to add that onto a 7x7 card blank. So I'm making this slightly bigger. And all I've done is, because the frame is in the Aegean blue, I've matted this with 6.5 inches and then 6 5/8 inches of the actual denim blue, so that we're swapping between the two blues, so that they're both all tied in. So all three colours are tied into there. And obviously we could stop at that section, or we can continue on. And what I've done is, there are two different options for this. So in the set you will get these two dies. So we'll move that to one side. So you get a detail which would just cut in. So we could cut that into that oval circle and create ourselves a beautiful pattern, or we could have going down in depth, or we can cut them together, which is what I've done here to give me this beautiful sort of oval pattern there. And we've used the plain oval to cut an Aegean blue at the back. And this oval has been put in exactly the same aspect ratio as we work with the press cut oval dies. So if you wanted to mat and layer this further out and you have the press cut dies, then it's in exactly the same ratio. So we can spray glue or glue glaze those together to give us the perfect little center. Or alternatively, I've just cut this in white and I can just drop that in with the sentiment on it. So I have two different options. I could even pop one going that way and the sentiment there, just to keep that little bit of difference going. In fact, I think we'll go with that one. So I'm just going to take my patterned oval and place that on, using the pattern as a guide to get that in the center. And then we'll simply take our sentiment. And sentiment I've used is from the JND Modern Sentiments. It's "May this day be the beginning of a beautiful year, full of wonderful moments." So there we have that. And I'm simply going to decorate that now. And to decorate it, I'm going to use the dragonflies, again, that come within that collection. So we'll just bring those in. I've already got those cut here. And I've just cut these in blue, in the Aegean blue and in the denim blue. And again, I'm going to use my glue glaze. And this is great, again, if you want to make a men's card or a teenage card or something for someone a little bit younger who perhaps doesn't want flowers and doesn't want florals all over their cards. So it adds that little bit of interest. So I'm just going to fold the wings up and I'm alternating colours. A little bit of glue glaze on the back. So I'm just going to go with 3 here at the bottom. And it kind of fills this blank space in. I think we'll get that one on the frame itself. And then I'm going to alternate the colours at the other side. So now I'm going with the Aegean blue. And again, I'm keeping it within that ratio of them sort of swirling their way up the actual card. So here we've got a denim one. So we might go on there. And again, that's been set against a piece of the Aegean, so it pops up. And we'll take a smaller one in the Aegean blue. and just pop that one again, perhaps going off in the different direction. So we've got that little spray going up there. And to decorate them, I'm going to use some of the Craft Artist stick-on pearls. So nice and simple. And I'm just going to pop the smallest actual. You'll notice what I've done is in the drawings for these, there's almost like a little natural space for the pearls to go. And it really does make them pop. So one in the centre of each of the dragonflies, just like that. And again, to keep that interest going, I'm going to add on a few random of the little pearls, just to sort of keep that spray going of the dragonflies, and stepping out onto the frame. There we go. And again, if you want to, and you really want to decorate this, you can then take pearls and just pop them. I'm just doing in the 4 cardinal corners, but you'll notice the design does have places for those to go, should you want to. So I won't get one into there because we've got the dragonfly on it. But there we've got a relatively simple and easy card to make. Just mixing 2 colours of blue, and again you could make this in 2 shades of pink, 2 shades of yellow, 2 shades of green. Really work well with that beautiful sentiment on. For more ideas, hints, tips and inspiration, why not visit the Crafting with John next door and Crafts2 group on Facebook. Enjoy.